Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. My name is John, your host as always, and I hope you're all doing well as I always do. This is a very spontaneous video. You're probably still seeing there's a bit of a delay in times going on in here and stuff, but yeah, this is a very ad hoc video just to say that it broke within the last half an hour that West Ham United have terminated Winston Reid's contract. This isn't a surprise in any shape or form. It really isn't. But let's go through his details, shall we? It's, as I say, it's not a shock in any shape or form. He's been out of favour under quite a few managers because of his back injury over the last few seasons. But yeah, it was confirmed as of literally within the last half an hour on West Ham's Twitter account and probably on the website itself that West Ham have terminated Winston Reid's contract. Bit of a shame, I'm afraid. So those that are watching, put your comments in the live chat. Let us know what you're thinking on this. There's 2 people watching at the moment. So let's go through the details, shall we? On the 5th of August 2010, we bought him from FC Midtjylland, I think you pronounce that, for a fee of just around about £4 million. So he's been with us for just over 11 years. 11 years and, where are we, August, September? Let's say 11 years. Yeah, a month and 16 days. But 11 years and a month and 16 days is not a long time for certain people, but it is quite a long time for, in this instance, because boy oh boy did we have a good player. Unbelievable. When he first came in, he was terrible. He really was terrible. Really didn't rate the kid in any shape or form. Obviously, it was the season that we got relegated under Zola / Avron Grant. But very intrigued with his performance since then. Not just because of what he's famous for. Well, 2 of the reasons why he's famous for. One was the application that he made under Allardyce in the Championship. An unbelievable recovery, shall we say. He was awful when we signed him in the 2010-11 season, in that summer transfer window. He actually completely redeemed himself as far as I'm concerned. Hello, David. Are you going to comment on on what we're talking about, mate? But yeah, it's an unbelievable turnaround that the kid did. This is completely off the peg. Really, it really is. I mean, obviously he's famous within the West Ham contingent for scoring that goal against the Pikeys. Yeah, that away goal that home goal, I should say, against Millwall in January of 2011. The day I got a throat infection. I'll never forget that. Absolutely never forget that. He went on to have an unbelievably good career with West Ham United. Genuinely did. You know, he was able to play in both positions, both left centre back and right centre back. Just, you know, obviously he went out on loan a little bit as well. For that matter, he went out on loan to Sporting KC over in the US. He was out on loan at Brentford last season as well, for that matter, and from February, and did remarkably well, from what I understand from people who were talking about it. But I'm just going to bring up his details now. You know, it's overall he made where are we? Come on, he made some unbelievable positions. David Knight still pissed off after the Man United game. It's irrelevant. We're talking about this, mate. Come on. You know, Dave, you've been around a bit, mate. You know what's going on. He's had 299 appearances in total at centre back and 1 in defensive midfield. 223 with West Ham, 10 goals and 10 assists. Not a bad rap for it's 1 goal and 1 assist per season, basically. Given his injury record, of course, you know, that's the other thing on top of it as well. And it's like there's no thumbnail for this yet, so you know we don't know. It's literally I'm planning to just put everything together and absolutely went live. So apologies if I keep repeating myself. This is totally unplanned. But as I said, 223 appearances for West Ham United. 10 goals, 10 assists, 32 for the previous club we bought him from, 3 goals and 2 assists. And Sporting Kansas City, 12 appearances, 1 assist. Nothing in no goals or assists in his time. His 11 appearances at Brentford, or is before that. So, it's very. It's very, very unlikely that he's going to be watching, or anybody else is going to be watching for that matter, because there's 3 people watching and nobody actually talking about what we're talking about. But I just want to say personally, thank you very much to Winston Reid. It's been a real shame that the club terminated your contract. It's understandable to a degree. He's been an absolutely brilliant servant to the club. Really has been an unbelievably good servant to the club. There's, he played with his heart. He played with his heart in the playoff final. He played with his heart all the time, and of course, that final ever goal at Upton Park when we played Man United at home in 2006, 10th of May 2016, my 36th birthday. I will never ever forget that. Winston Reid has given me a lot of, and I'm sure you guys as well, has given us a lot of very, very good memories. Some not so much enjoyable, some absolutely it's 8 o'clock, so it's streaming about already. So apologies, guys. The stream is buffering because it's 8 o'clock and it's BT. You guys know the drill with that. So apologies if you're watching the replay, because there's going to be a big jump where everything stutters. So it's just it happens, unfortunately. But yeah, as I say, for me personally, it's just it's a real shame that he's gone. Totally understandable from football reasons. Ever since he picked up that back injury, was never really quite the same player ever since. But still played with heart, still played with compassion, still played with some gumption, and absolutely just loved the fact of what he was doing for the club in general. Really happy with everything that he did. A great servant. The disappointing thing is the fact that he's guaranteed not to get a testimonial now, which is a real shame, because us fans won't be able to give him a proper send off. Well, David, if you read the screen, mate, it says West Ham terminate Winston Reid's contract. So you're clearly not watching. You're only listening, and I've mentioned it many times during the stream. So I don't understand how you don't know what I'm talking about. Bearing in mind it's on the title of the stream as well, for that matter. There is quite a delay because of the interference with on the internet, but it's just the way things go. But as I said, guys, yeah, there's 4 people watching, nobody commentating, talking about what we're actually talking about. So I think we will leave it there, because it's a real shame that people want to listen and aren't really interacting. I've said what I wanted to say, and unfortunately I'm not going to drag this on any longer than is necessary, because nobody is talking. So guys, David, I know, but why what? Why they terminated his contract? Explanation, please. Why they terminate his contract? Well, the fact, if anybody doesn't understand why Winston Reid's contract has been terminated, then this is the reason why. He's hardly had any appearances. He's not been fit for the last 3 to 4 seasons, for one. So there's that. And that's the reason why his contract's been terminated. It's, if you understand what West Ham, if you watched anything of West Ham over the last 4 or 5 years, you'd understand that. Richard, hello mate, hope you're all right. Give us your thoughts on West Ham terminating Winston Reid's contract. But yeah, that's the reason. He's been superfluous in the side for the last few seasons. He's gone out on loan. Nobody's really taken advantage of his abilities, because he's hardly had any appearances with Brentford. He hardly had any appearances over in Kansas as well, for that matter. And that's the thing. It's just literally just down to the fact that Winston Reid's contract's been terminated after 11 years, and it's a shame that he's gone, but it's totally understandable given the full history of what's happened with Winston Reid at West Ham United. Regardless of, he's going to be an icon. he's going to be an absolute icon for that goal that he scored against Millwall when we were down in the Championship, and the last ever goal that he scored at Upton Park. But in terms of everything else, Rich is saying a good deal for both. Loved him as a player for 5 to 6 seasons. Absolutely agree, Rich. Completely, 100%. You know, it's just the fact, you know, he's had a shitload of appearances with us, but his injury record has been terrible. We all know that. Well, those that are keeping an eye on West Ham and actually understand how the club runs and how the club's been performing over the last few seasons. Winston Reid has had a lot of problems, a lot of issues with his back. Relative is to a degree to the same way that Ogbonna's had his back injury problems a few years ago, but Ogbonna was able to come through it, which is really good, and we're still seeing an unbelievably good player. But at the same time, with Winston Reid, it seems to be a lot more than that, because it seems to be something along the lines of possibly sciatica, because he had, you know, as we know, there was times when he was out with a knee injury. But the majority of all of his injuries stem from that back injury that he picked up in pre-season, if I remember correctly, 8 or 9 seasons ago now. So he was never the same player since, and as a result of that, then, you know, this is the thing. This is why it's a shame. It really is a shame that but as Richard is saying, it's a good deal for both parties involved. Absolutely. We're saving a shitload of wages now as well, for that matter, which will help. It's not been on a huge amount, but all football players are on huge amounts anyway. They're on massive amounts of money. So, guys, and this is the reason why I'm saying to you guys, you have to hit the notification bell if you want to interact with these conversations on a more regular basis. I'm pretty sure that other people are doing the streams about this at the same point, but I couldn't see anybody doing it while I was preparing for the stream. So you guys, thank you to Richard and to David. Thank you very much for your comments for both of you. To the 6 people that are currently watching, thank you very, very much for your time. It's great. It's a shame that the 4 other people haven't been interacting, but that's YouTube. It's up to 8 now. So I'm just going to give you guys a few more minutes. If anybody wants to say anything, put it in the chat now, because as I say, we're not going to be going on for too much longer, because there's not really a huge amount to say, to be fair. I mean, for those that have just joined, I'll go over his details again. 223 appearances for West Ham United, 10 goals, 10 assists. Big score. You know, big respect for him for what he did for us when we were down in the Championship. How he redeemed himself. How he was, you know, he got that last ever goal against Man United at Upton Park when we won that 3-2. And you know, he's an unbelievably nice bloke, from what I understand. That people that have met him, and have conversations with him, he's been an absolute stalwart for West Ham as far as playing time is concerned. But yeah, so I've given you guys a couple of minutes. Nobody's really talking, which is a shame as always. But it's just completely off the hook. But as I say, there's been more than enough people in the chat, in the audience there watching this. So for those that are watching the replay, by all means, please do put your comments in the comments section. Let us know what you're thinking about this. I'll be more than happy to see it. And obviously, we'll probably talk about this more tomorrow night when we do the live watch along for the Man United West Ham Carabao Cup as well. So, guys, as I say, I can't stress this enough. Hit the notification bell so you get to know when content is going up. Make sure your notifications are switched on your phones as well, for that matter. That's a big issue as well for a lot of people, that the notifications aren't coming through on time. But yeah, so thank you guys to everyone that's watching, and thank you to those. And hopefully, if you like the channel, please, and you're new to here, please do subscribe. It'd be nice to try and get us closer to 2,000. We're at 1,941 at the time of this broadcast, so all we need is 39 people to go. We're so close, guys. I know we can do it. Hopefully we'll be able to break that in the next week or so. But in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves. And I'll see you tomorrow night. I'll see you at what time are we doing it? It's just 10 minutes before the kickoff starts. So just gone 7:30 tomorrow night. In the meantime, look after yourselves. Put your comments in the comment section below for let us know. Oh, Kent's in. Whoa. Thank you, mate. just before we read out what he's put down. Thanks for the memories, Reedy. It's time for you to go. Should have happened last season. I wish you as much success in the future 11 years, but for the last 3, the injury took its toll. Absolutely agree with you, Kent. 100%. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow night for the watch along. Put your comments in the comment section below. All the best.